everybody. I'm Jessica Koch, your host of Profound Professionals. We have had the honor of featuring amazing individuals from all over the world for the last 5 years who are doing interesting and innovative things in their industry, as well as touching the world and having a focus on the bigger picture. And today our guest is Vanessa. Vanessa, introduce yourself in just a minute. You're going to give us your full name and your company name. But Vanessa, let me just tell you, she helps women reclaim their power and wake up the truth of who they are and what they're here to do. So why are they, what's the big purpose? What is the passion, the focus, the big what question of why am I on this big round planet anyway? I think that is where Vanessa is taking you. So give us your full name and your company name and tell us all about you, Vanessa.
My name is Vanessa Broers. My company is Vanessa Broers Coaching. Very easy.
All right.
And the work that I do is to really, really help women do what they came here to do by being the full truth of who they are. Not compromising, not contorting, not making them smaller, different in any way, that actually giving themselves everything they want and helping other people to do the same by being more of who they are, not less.
I love that. And so how did you get to this journey up to this point? So what led you to do this to begin? Is this, you didn't wake up, go to college, and bam, you were inspiring others to be their best be.
No, I did the opposite. No, I went to college, I went to grad school, I did all the things, and I was really into this idea of just a very narrow focus of success, which looked like professional accolades, money. It's like the story, you know. And I graduated from one of the top grad programs in the country at the top of my class, and ended up working in an unpaid internship in the basement of the city planning department. And I was like, wait a second, I got cheated. Not correct. It was like The Office, but no humor. And I kind of pushed back my chair energetically one day, and I was, this is not it. This is not it. This is not it. This is not it. And so I just started to ask myself, what did I want to do? Which led me down the path of nutrition coaching, actually, originally. And just because I wanted to learn about nutrition, I was just pretty lost. And that was the one nugget of something that seemed more appealing. And it really led me down this rabbit hole of fascination with the human psyche and the human spirit and human desire and how they all intersect, and why some people seem to get it right and others didn't. And that's what got me here.
So tell me, what is it like to work with you? So am I taking an online course? Am I going to a group webinar or workshop or coaching session, or am I one-on-one, or is it all the above? What does it look like if I'm a customer and I'm working with you?
It's mostly one-to-one. I do some small groups as well, but it's very deep, very intimate work. And so it's a one-to-one relationship over a 6 to 9 month period of time. And this year I'll be doing more half-day retreat workshops as well. So that will be a fun way to be engaged.
And so those are in person, or
they're virtual. So some of the half-day retreats are virtual. My one-to-one work is a combination of in-person retreats, one-to-one, and virtual work over a period of time.
And where are you located on our beautiful blue and green planet?
I'm just outside Boulder, Colorado, which is extra deliciously beautiful.
Yeah, super, super beautiful spot on the globe. Okay, so next, I like, before we move to the next thing, is to ask you, is there anything else about you or your company or your business or how you show up in the world that you'd like to share before I ask my next thing?
Yeah. I think I'm a unique blend because I spent so much of my life disconnected from the divine, God, soul, any of that. I come across and I can relate hyper practically, but the essence of my work is like a sniper spirituality. So it's this really cool blend of, whether we're talking about spirituality or practicality, we're always talking about both. So my clients have a pretty remarkable track record of external and internal transformation in a way that is humbly, what's the word? Magical.
Sounds like woo-woo in disguise.
Woo, I like it. I like it.
Coming from that place of grad school and a master's degree, to the whole bringing you back in touch with the universe and the energy that
Yes.
connects us all. So I think
Yeah.
that's pretty fantastic. Okay. So I often ask, is there one thing I can do today in my life? And the people listening, what can we do today that will make a big difference based on the formula and the process that you teach?
For yourself?
For ourselves. Yeah, me and the
Yeah.
listeners listening, what can we do?
Yeah. For the people that I work with, it often starts with desire. Really getting clearer, cleaner, and more courageous about asking the question, what do I want? Because a lot of the times when we ask that question, we might ask that question, but the question that we're energetically asking ourselves is, what should I want? What should I do? What comes next? What feels safe? What can I accomplish? And none of those are actually, what do I really, really, really want? And developing a relationship to that question is, for me, the profound foundation.
I love that, and I know the answer. In my head, and it's something I'm working towards. I live in Solomon's Island, Maryland, so I'm very close to the water, and I get to walk by the water every day, and I get to see the water all the time. But I really want to see the ocean every day.
Oh,
I want that. For fun, I surf a website to look at oceanfront houses. This back, big back deck that stares out at the ocean, and that I see myself there very, very soon.
yes, yes. So the second thing would be trust the desire. If the desire is there, it's calling you. It wants you.
Calling me for years. I'm actually going there to celebrate the end of my my 50th birthday was this month. At the end of the month, my husband and I are going to spend a few days with my ocean. So
oh, gorgeous. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. All right. So everyone who knows about the show knows that we talk about causes that you care about. We want to have the opportunity to spread awareness and edify brilliant individuals and bring those connections to people who need your services. But at the same time, while we're spending this energy and this time on this space and pushing it out to all these places, let's talk about things that inspire us beyond ourselves. What are the causes or cause that you care about?
For me, it's really mental health. I come from a ancestral lineage of addiction and suicide. And I mean, we have a very dark history in our family. And it's so, I approach these things from a really soul deep level with reverence and respect. And I lost my sister to suicide in 2017. And so for me, it's I even struggle a little bit with the phrase mental health, because I think when we isolate the idea of mental health, it being a mental thing, it actually can perpetuate some of the agony that we experience. And so for me, it's about approaching mental health from a mental, emotional, cultural, and spiritual perspective to meet it with a different level of reverence and respect are the words that come to mind for me. Not like a thing you need to diagnose and fix.
Well, and even physical, right? Because the endorphins that are chemically released in our body when we become more physical or do something physically active, that can suddenly have this brilliant effect on our mind. And even also affirmations and just saying things until we've convinced ourselves, and saying them out loud versus just in our mind. And like all of these, because we're affected by sound, even of our own voice, and just all those amazing things. And I think mental health is a great thing to be talking about right now, because more than ever, the world, with all that we've changed in the last 3 years, this is the biggest, one of the top struggles the globe is facing. So I love that you brought that to the top of the pile again. The next thing people know about me and who will watch and follow the show is I love, love, love books. So is there a book that you have read that has inspired you either in your personal life or in your business growth, or a book that you could share with us?
This is probably the most impossible question you could ever ask me ever. because I like to pick one. It's like
I
picking a favorite child.
That's why I gather one from every guest, because I'm making the ultimate book list.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I would be really doing myself a disservice if I didn't at least mention my book, which is called We Are One: How One Woman Reclaimed Her Identity Through Motherhood. And it's really a deep soul dive into using adversity moment by moment to liberate more of your soul. But if I'm not shameless plugging, then I think the other book that would have had the biggest impact on me is, I'm toss up between two, but let's say The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer.
Oh, I love that. I've never heard of that one.
Oh, and then follow it closely with his second book, The Surrender Experiment. But it's like a how-to guide for the inside of your psyche. And we should be born with a copy that's like, this is how it works.
I know, that's why I love that movie Inside Out, where you got to see all of the different emotions inside our heads. And my daughter loves that too. And I just, that one cracks me up. I love that. So, okay, so if you are a profound human and you have some passion, some inspiration that is going to improve someone's personal, spiritual, or help them grow their business and their professional life, please reach out to us, because we would love to feature you on this show. Or better yet, be a hero and introduce us to someone you know that is a super profound human making a global impact profoundly on the world, so that we can feature them on the show. You'll be a hero to them and a hero to us. So email and introduce us away. We'd love to get them on the show. Now, before we say goodbye, I always ask my guests to share one last piece of inspiration or information. So what do you have for us, Vanessa?
I would say that the most impactful thing that I discovered along my own journey is that at the end of the day, what we are, I believe, all most craving is the full permission to be 100% ourselves 100% of the time. And when we really see that that's what we're after, everything else becomes quite a bit easier.
Yeah, I love that. I absolutely love that. Thank you for taking the time to be with us today, Vanessa. And thank you, everyone watching, for sharing this with someone you know who needs to hear it, and being with us today. So until next time, I am Jessica Koch, your host of Profound Professionals. Be kind to yourselves and be kind to each other. Bye-bye, everybody.